And welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us. We happen to have the Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce joining us today, and we have some very special guests in our lineup, including my co-host here, Jay Michelin.
Hi.
And it's great to have you standing in for Lorraine Lane, our other co-host with the Chamber.
Right.
So great to have you with us and helping me do my job here and do it well. We also have from the Bishop Larkin Catholic School, Sylvia Peters, who is vice principal. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Barbara, and thank you, Jay, for having me here today.
We had quite a little chat in the green room. It was really buzzing back there. You're going to really glean a lot of great information. Your school is really exceptional. And from what I understand, even though it's a Catholic school and you have that spiritual teaching and education, it's open to all religions and faiths.
Absolutely. So Bishop Larkin Catholic School welcomes everyone. We have children of all denominations that come to our school. Many parents choose our school because they want their child in a faith-filled environment. And it's very important that they are exposed to those values. And so, as I said, children of all denominations.
And that's really good to know. Now, where are you guys located?
We are located at 8408 Monarch Drive in Port Richey, Florida, right next to St. James Catholic Church.
I know where that is, exactly. So give us some of the bells and whistles about the school. You certainly set it up for all faiths, which I think is really fabulous. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that we have that right in our town, right here in Port Richey. Port Richey or Newport Richey?
We are in Port Richey.
That's what I thought. A little north of here.
Yeah, and we are the only Catholic school in West Pasco.
Ah, so there you go. So you have that kind of niche market there.
We do.
And how many students do you have?
We have about 230 students, and we serve VPK, 4-year-old children, to 8th grade.
Oh, very good. So you have a nice wide range.
We do.
And it's been in existence since?
Bishop Larkin has been in existence since 1989, and I have been there for 24 of those years.
Have you really?
I have.
Well, congratulations. It must
Thank
it must be your passion.
It is, and that's why I stay at the school. I have been there. I think I've devoted most of my career to it. I've taught 4th grade, I've taught 2nd grade, and now I am in administration, and I love it.
What do you find that is your core values with the school, with the children in today's times?
You know, I think that's an excellent question. You know, these days are very trying for families. And I think what we bring are our families together with teachers. And our staff is amazing. And they embody those Christ-like values. We want kids to see the Christ in us, and how do we live out that mission? So parents are the first teachers, but we are complementing what parents are teaching at home. So not only are the kids, they have a wonderful, rich, rigorous curriculum, but we bring our Catholic worldview to it. And what does that mean? It means that we teach kids to live a life of service. So when you graduate from our school, and we keep track of our alumni, well, what do they do? What happens to them when they go out in the community? Many of them have come back to our school now with their own children, but we're pleased to see that they're serving their community as teachers, as doctors, as attorneys. We have a student that won the Purple Heart in the military. They're physicians. They're police officers. So they are here serving their community, and some of them have gone to international places and all around the United States.
That's really exciting, and to see your tenure for that long. I mean, you've probably seen a lot of happenings going on over there in the transitions, and I mean, from the wee ones growing up, leaving and coming back and giving back into the community.
We have, and many things have changed at the school. We started out in portables located at St. Michael's Church in Hudson, and then we came to our current location in 1999, and we're still growing and expanding. We just got word from our diocese that we will be adding a $1 million expansion to the school. So it will be a multi-purpose building, gymnasium, cafeteria where we can continue to serve the community. So we're really excited about that.
Very nice.
Yes.
I have to say that this Pasco community is one of the best kept secrets, right, Jay?
Well, we started out a while ago as mostly rural ranches and farms,
yeah.
and we are growing like topsy now.
Yes.
You know, you can see it in the traffic, you can see it in the jobs coming in here, and it's tough. But on the other hand, growth means
happening.
a lot of people saying we're where they want to be.
Exactly, that is true. And with the school that you have, I had a question I was going to ask you, and it just went whoop, about the kids and everything. What are some of the things that they like the most?
Oh, you know, the kids, I think, like the small environment that they have. You know, I think one kid left and wrote a survey, and he said, I can be me. It's a place where teachers know you. We're small, so we are able to find the talent that that child might have.
Yes.
You know, kids might not be traditionally talented in, you know, academics, but we're going to find the art or the sports. We have a band. We do cooking with the kids. So we do all kinds of wonderful things with them. A lot of our kids have participated in the STEM fair, which is big now, the science and math integration. They've competed at the state level. They've won honors there. So we just feel that we can just tap into the talents that God gave them, and we want them to be their best, and we nurture those talents.
So I'm thinking that you do set yourself apart from some of the other schools, and for those that are fortunate enough to be able to attend your schools, I really get that, because we all were born with the treasures that God gave us, but not all children are able to tap into those treasures. So it sounds like you bring the very best out and then nurture that, because it is a smaller school compared to the larger ones, right?
That's correct.
So they're able to get a little bit more personalized one-on-one attention, I'm thinking.
Yes, you are right. You know, what we pride ourselves on doing really is differentiating instruction to meet the needs of our kids. And then working with our parents. Our parents are great supporters, and I think that's why we are so successful. So we always remember that Jesus is at the core of our curriculum, and that never changes. And then we have all those bells and whistles too, but it's the parents, it's the principal that we have, Sister Regina. She's just amazing. I'm sorry she couldn't be here today, but she has a big smile all the time, hugs the kids, love the kids, and the kids feel they are in that loving environment. And that's what's so important to us, that they feel they're loved and cared for.
And that is so important today, and it sounds like there's a lot of parental participation.
There is.
And don't you find, and you're the second person today that I talked to where we're trying to get more to the parents in order to get to the children, because of the percentage of time that children spend in school. It needs to continue on at home, right?
It does, and we have parents that volunteer at our school, you know, throughout the day. And if we didn't have those parents, we wouldn't be as successful as we are. They're a huge part of the community.
I was just thinking that if you talk to almost any successful person in life, that person will identify one or more teachers or administrators or someone who made that difference for them, who found out what it is they do.
Yeah, because they care. And especially when they have less students to pull together in a classroom, and they do have that more individualized attention.
And I think for our teachers, being a Catholic school, it is a vocation for them.
Yes.
It's not just a paycheck.
Right.
They're there for something greter.
Well, I dare say it's more than a vocation, it's a calling.
It is a
Thank
calling.
you for
You're right,
that.
Jay. Who knew? I raised my kids quite successfully. They're grown and gone, and one's a mommy daddy, and then they're doing well. But you know, when it comes to a private school, which is it is considered a private school and everything, I think it's great to have something like this in the community of Port Richey, right here in the heart of Pasco County. So if you've been thinking about maybe putting your child in a private school, keep in mind that this is a school open to all faiths. And I just think it's so neat that we have something like this that we can promote for you. And of course, you've been a member of the Chamber of Commerce for how long?
We have been. I think they've been a member for at least, I think, the last 5 years.
Good.
If not more. Our development director would know the exact answer to that. But
And
the
so
Chamber has been wonderful.
For interaction and getting you noticed, like My Chamber TV.
It has been. But the other point that I want to make is, you know, Bishop Larkin is a parochial school. So cost should not be a factor for parents. And there are many ways that we will tell you, if you visit us, how we can make it affordable for you. We accept Step Up for students. There is the AAA scholarship. There are grants that are available. There are private foundations that help us. The Diocese of St. Petersburg. If a parent is desiring a Catholic education for their child, we will make sure that it is possible.
On that note, I can't top that at all. That was very good. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Barbara.
All right.
And thank you, Jay.
you.
We're going to take a brief little time out, and when we come back, we have more guests here on My Chamber TV.